Hi guys, how are you coping with the whole social distancing slash self-isolation slash quarantine? I hope you guys are not panicking or going crazy or anything like that. So I wasn't sure I was going to make this video, but then I came across this video clip some days back on Instagram where some people were trying to make hand sanitizers in the most unsanitary conditions ever with the sole purpose of selling to the general public, and I was shocked and sad at the same time. So I decided to make this video, and in today's video I'm going to be talking about coronavirus, and I'm also going to show you guys how to make your own homemade hand sanitizers and disinfectant wipes. So guys, don't go anywhere. So, the outbreak of coronavirus is causing a pandemic in the whole world right now, and humans that are infected with this virus may develop mild to moderate respiratory tract illnesses, which they could eventually recover from without requiring any special medical treatments. But in older people or people with underlying health conditions, they could develop severe symptoms, which could eventually lead to death. And currently, there is no treatment or vaccines to prevent the virus. The only treatment there is aimed at minimizing the symptoms to the largest extent possible. So since there's no medications or vaccines to treat or prevent the virus, the best way to prevent the virus is to avoid getting exposed to the virus. And we can get exposed to the virus by being in close proximity, at least being within 6 feet close to an infected person, or you could get exposed to the virus by, inhaling respiratory droplets that are produced by an infected person through coughing or sneezing. And then the World Health Organization has set out guidelines for us to be able to follow so we can avoid getting exposed to the virus. And one of those guidelines includes us washing our hands regularly with soap and water for at least 20 seconds. And if you can't get access to soap and water, you use a hand sanitizer, especially if you've been in a public place. Another guideline is that you should avoid touching your mouth, your eyes, your nose, and your face generally with unwashed hands. And another guideline is that you should maintain social distancing, avoid being in crowded places, and if you need to be in places like maybe the grocery store, try to be at least 1 meter apart from the next person. So talking about prevention of coronavirus, I came across 2 video clips on Instagram the other day. In one of the video clips, they were trying to make hand sanitizers for the sole purpose of selling to the public, and they were making these hand sanitizers in the most unsanitary conditions ever. It was despicable, it was appalling, and it was sad. And in the other video clip, they were trying to make face masks. And these people made this face mask. They were like heaping this face mask on the dirty floor. Like, these items are supposed to be sterile. These items are supposed to be clean, made in a very sterile condition. You don't need to transfer germs to them. I don't know, like, they're planning to sell these things to the general public, and people will spend their hard-earned money to buy these items. And at this point, I don't even know if we're trying to make the situation worse, or we're trying to, I don't know what we're trying to do. And that is why I am just, I decided to show you guys how to make your own homemade hand sanitizer in the house, in the comfort of your homes. The items that I'm going to use to make these hand sanitizers are easily accessible. You can find them in your kitchen, and even if they're not in your kitchen already, you can easily find them in any grocery store or drugstore.
Since the outbreak of coronavirus, the sales of hand sanitizers have increased, and many stores and pharmacies are running low in stock. In some places, hand sanitizers are already out of stock, so the next logical option would be to make your own hand sanitizers at home with at least 60% alcohol. But if you can't find alcohol, or your skin is sensitive to alcohol, or you're just looking for an all-natural alternative to alcohol, then I'll show you in this video how to make your own homemade natural hand sanitizers. These hand sanitizers may not be as 100% as effective as alcohol, but they work very well as natural antibacterial agents. So guys, we are going to be making 2 hand sanitizer sprays. For the first hand sanitizer, you will need witch hazel, A lot of people use witch hazel as a facial toner because it helps to cleanse and purify the skin. It is also a natural astringent that is not so drying, and it has about 14% alcohol in it. You will also need tea tree essential oil. Tea tree essential oil is a known antibacterial agent, and it has been used for centuries as a traditional remedy for treating bacterial and fungal skin conditions. In addition to the antibacterial properties of tea tree, it will also give the hand sanitizer a nice refreshing fragrance. You will also need a spray bottle. So in a mixing bowl, you add 1/3 cup of witch hazel and a teaspoon of tea tree oil. You mix properly together in the bowl and then you pour into a spray bottle, and your hand sanitizer is ready. Bear in mind that this mixture will separate at some point, so each time you want to use it, you have to shake properly before using it. For the second hand sanitizer, you will need cider vinegar. This is a common ingredient that is found in almost everybody's kitchen. Several scientific studies have also proven that cider vinegar has antibacterial properties. You can use any cider vinegar that you have. As you guys know, cider vinegar has a pungent smell, so to mask the smell and to also boost the effectiveness of this hand sanitizer, you will need to add tea tree oil. In a mixing bowl, you add 1/3 cup of cider vinegar and 1 teaspoon of tea tree oil. Mix properly and then you pour into a spray bottle and your hand sanitizer is ready. So guys, just bear in mind that this mixture will also separate, so each time you want to use it, you shake properly before using it. To make the disinfectant wipes, you will need cider vinegar, witch hazel, tea tree oil, dishwashing liquid, bleach, kitchen paper roll, an empty container, measuring cups, and a knife. So to the mixing bowl, you add 1/2 cup of the cider vinegar, 1/4 cup of the witch hazel. At this point, I'm just switching to a bigger mixing bowl. A tablespoon of dishwashing liquid, tablespoon of bleach, 1/2 teaspoon of tea tree oil. So you mix all the liquid together and you set aside. So obviously the kitchen paper roll cannot go into the container, so what you need to do is put the paper roll in the container and use a knife to mark out the point where you need to cut off. Then you cut out that part with a knife. So you pour the liquid mixture into the container and make sure that all the paper rolls are wet with the mixture. And then you take off the brown paper in the middle of the paper roll. So once you're done with that, you pull out the middle of the paper roll and your disinfectant wipe is ready. So guys, I hope this video was helpful. Please do not forget to click on the subscribe button and the notification bell as well, so you don't miss out on any of my future uploads. And most importantly, stay safe, protect yourself and the people around you, and do not panic. We will all beat this coronavirus thing together. So I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.